Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a Halloween makeup look for you guys. I decided to record this one. This is the first time I've ever recorded a makeup look, so bear with me if it's not, expert quality, but I decided this is one of my easier looks that I'm doing, so I might as well record it. That way if anybody needs help or wants to know how I do it, they can follow me step by step and achieve the same look, and it will be a lot easier for them. So today's look's gonna be I've been doing a few. I have, I think, 4 looks up on my Facebook page and Instagram and Twitter right now. Those I do not have recorded looks for, but this one today is going to be kind of a grungy skull look. It's not going to use white as a base necessarily. You're going to use a concealer, a black eyeshadow, and a white eyeshadow. That's all you're going to need to achieve this look. So I figure it'll be easy, it'll be quick, and I think it'll just be a good thing for people that don't really want to spend money on a costume or invest too much time. They're just kind of going out trick-or-treating with their family or something. So you can throw this on, look like you tried hard, but you really didn't. So yeah, with that being said, I guess let's just get right into this. For my concealer, you can use any concealer, anything that's lighter than your skin tone, but is going to give your black eyeshadow and white eyeshadow basically a base to stick to. This is going to help it last longer all throughout the night if you are staying out late, and it's just going to give you more pigmented look, so it's true black and true white. So for mine, I'm using the MAC Concealer Pro Longwear, and I'm just going to put a few pumps of that on the back of my hand. So like I said, we're going for kind of a grungy skull. We're going to take it all the way down here, and we're going to really accentuate our collarbones, and then down in here are like throat, little like spinal area, I guess you would call it. I'm not really too good with the anatomy, but yeah, so if you want, I mean, I throw on all black. See how that's quite a bit different than my normal skin tone? I throw on all black though, and I have nothing on my face besides this concealer that I'm putting on now, because I do want to give it that grungy feel, which is also why I put on a beanie, because I feel like, one, it eliminates half the work you're going to have to do as far as shading and technique and stuff like that, because if half your forehead's covered, that's a lot that you don't have to worry about. But like I said, this look is going to be, because I know a lot of people personally that go to multiple Halloween events. So if you're doing that and you have like your first couple nights planned out or whatever, and then after a while you're like, gosh, I have no idea what to be. I'm running out of ideas. All the good ones are taken, blah, 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 whatever it is. You could do this. It's quick, like you're gonna see it's simple, but then when it's all said and done and on your face, it doesn't look simple. So you're still gonna be getting compliments, and people still be interested in how you did it. So I feel like that's really what you're going for, right? Okay, so just gonna slap on the concealer. Make sure it's nice and even. It doesn't really have to be too perfect down by the eyes or anything, because obviously those are going to be hollowed out. Take a little bit down your neck, because you're going to be putting your collarbone and stuff there. Doesn't have to be too special. Take any excess you had and just kind of fill in. Your teeth are going to go right around this whole area, so really make sure this is filled in. And I feel like a lot of people tend to think that the skull look is a lot harder than it really is. I feel like once you guys see how quickly this can be done, you're going to be surprised. And most of you that recreate this look will have no problem at all. So that's what we're going for. Alright, now this is your base. So we're going to feed off of this now. We're going to lay down some black lines, and then we're going to shade in everything to make it look like it has depth, that, you know, you're grungy and all of that. So for the lines that we're starting to lay down, I'm going to use just my normal, it's a L'Oreal just liquid eyeliner. You don't have to use a precise liquid eyeliner. You could just use your black shadow, but for mine, I'm going to use this so I can get a more precise line. And for this, now I don't have a mirror. I only have my laptop right now, so I'm looking at what you guys are seeing. So this is going to be kind of difficult. I'm backwards, basically. So we're going to lift up the beanie. I wanted to leave the beanie on during the tutorial just so you guys can like get an idea of where we're going with this as we're drawing. And then, you know, could just do your hair messy or whatever. It could be wild and all over the place. But, alright. Let's see how this goes. I've never done it backwards before. So, it's just a normal felt tip liner. We're going to basically start up top and go down. So for this, you're going to be taking kind of like a Nike swoosh motion over here, and you're going to take it out as far as you really want to, up to your bone and connect it. But we're going to be creating that eyebrow bone right here. So you're going to cover your natural eyebrow. That way you don't have to fill it in or anything like that. So you're going to come here. Oh, see, I don't really like that. So we're going to go a little farther in. See, it's a lot harder when I'm backwards, but, and then we're going to come up. Like I said, you're going to cover your, a lot of them come up like this, and then you're going to come down. And you're going to connect it. So, we're going to go like this. Now this isn't really showing up as true of a black as I would have liked, but you kind of just got to go with it. So, and see how here it isn't quite even? You basically want this to go with that. So once we fill all of that in, it's going to appear like it's just one fluid little line. So now we're going to do that on the other side. Not really liking how not dark this is, but we're going for grungy like I said, so it's all good. So we're going to come here again, make this eyebrow bone. And then by no means have to be perfectly symmetrical. Go up again, come down, okay, so see how I messed up again? So we're gonna fix it. Okay, so I went a little bit more in on this one, so when we're shading in, we're just going to compensate for that. So now we are going to take I just have a palette that has a whole bunch of colors, but we're just going to take the blackest black that they have right here for them. So you're going to take the blackest black we've got. I know anyone that does like smoky eyes or stuff like that, you've got black, so don't even worry. So just start filling this in, get it as true black as you can. Da 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 da. I'm probably gonna fast forward through the majority of me filling these in just for the sake of time, but just so you can get an idea, this is all we're going to be doing. Wow, it is really hard to do it without a mirror. That's crazy. I didn't think it would be any more challenging, but it is. So yeah, I don't recommend doing this without a mirror. You guys, when you recreate this, if you do, probably end up looking a lot better than mine, because you'll hopefully have something to look into other than your laptop viewfinder. So I'm going to fast forward through all this. When I come back, I'll have 2 black eyes. Okay, so they're both filled in now. As you can see, they look a little bit different right up in here, which is fine because we're going to give some depth up there in a minute anyway. But right around the edges, I don't want it to be necessarily such a crisp line. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of product, and you're basically just going to smudge, because remember, we're going for a little bit grungier. So just in circular motions, and then I'm going to bring this one in a little more to match up with that other side. So don't do anything around the top, just right around in here. See how that kind of smokes it out a little bit more? It's going to help with the final look, I believe. Kind of smooth in here a little bit. So we're going to do the same to the other side. Just smoking it out a little. Even it out. Okay, so eye sockets are complete. The next step would be the nose. So for the nose, I'm going to go a little bit smaller and daintier than like a typical skull look, because I want it to still kind of look feminine and sweet, but not be like, you know, completely girly. We're still going to go a little bit smoked out. But so for this, you're just going to draw, you know what, I'm going to get a mirror for this so that our look doesn't look completely messed up. So I just have my little mirror here, and let's see. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Okay, I'll draw it and then I'll show. So we're going to go. So draw a little V. Okay, sorry guys, I had to go and get a different eyeliner because mine was dried out. So this one's just a Maybelline one, super cheap from the drugstore. So you had that initial V. You're going to come down. And then you don't want it to come out too far here. And then you're just going to go in like that. And then you're going to do the same to the other side. We're going to take it down. Kind of take it in like that. All right, now that we've got the nose filled in, we're not going to smoke the nose out too much, but you just kind of want to make sure it's nice and filled in and matte, and you can kind of take it down here and fill in right there, but we're going to be doing a lot of detail with teeth in here, so you don't want it to be too crowded with black before you get started on all the other detail. Okay, so now what's going to be the hardest part for I think a lot of people is going to be finding the cheekbones and accentuating those to give you your nice mouth area where you're going to be drawing your teeth, which is the main part of a skull. So here we go. Let's hope that my eyeliners cooperate, because obviously I've done a lot of looks with black, so they're kind of getting a little dried out, especially when I draw over face paint with them. Ugh. Okay, so for this, you're going to find your natural cheekbone. Mine's kind of hidden by my puffy cheeks. So you just push in right here. So mine's right here. basically where my beanie meets my hairline. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to draw a line framing my face. So coming down, then we're gonna go up like that. And then this is gonna be our base for where we're gonna put the teeth. So we're gonna mimic that on the other side. Same thing, where the beanie meets my hair is gonna be where my second point is. So you're gonna draw, framing your cheek. And then you can mess up and do exactly what I just did, which is I have no idea. I have no idea what that is. So don't panic. You're just going to take some of your sleeve. You're going to improvise. You're going to wipe that away. Just wipe that mistake away. It's all good. It's going to happen, especially if you're looking into your camera backwards like I am. So we're just going to take some erase, which is our concealer. And we're just going to redo that. Give ourselves a second chance there to redeem. Because that was not what we were going for. So we're going to start over. Let that dry for a minute though. So we can do the bottom of the other side, or the underneath part. So for the underneath part, you're going to want it to come here because you're going to want to give yourself that jaw line. So you're going to come from down here, up, down, and in, to kind of connect where those teeth are going to be. So here we go while this side dries. So we're going to start kind of just down here. You want to give it a nice arch too because you want to really emphasize this is a plate up skull look, so you want everything to be a little over dramatic. So we're going to end it there. So all of this is going to be a nice filled in black over here. And then we're going to put in some teeth a little bit back this way, but we're going to really emphasize and shade all of that in. So it looks kind of like, what does that look like? Kind of like a heart? Kind of, sort of? Kind of not? Go with it. So now we're going to try to mimic this on this side. And in like that. Okay, so now we've got our guidelines down. Now basically what we're gonna have to do is fill in all of here. Okay, so we can start with that. Start with this side. So what you can kind of do is go a little bit below that initial line, and it's going to give you kind of a shadow, so you're creating a little bit of depth. So see how just kind of skirting that line a little bit is making it seem like there's a ridge almost right there. So we're going to keep doing that. Except for in here, we want this real dark. Now, I've never done a skull like this that I'm doing right now. I don't really have a picture to go off of. I'm just kind of making this up as I go. I have an idea in my head of how I want it to turn out, but you got to keep that white in there. So we're going to do the same. Basically keeping everything out of that middle area though, because we're going to need that to be our teeth. Do-do-do-do-do. It's coming together. Once I get the teeth on, we'll see it. We'll see it. And then we have a lot more detail to do after that. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to fill in, and you're just going to leave this area right here white for your teeth. But everything else is getting filled in, and I'll show you when I come back. Alright, so we should have something that looks a little bit like this. So we left kind of messy everywhere, which is what we want. And we just left here, here, 2 like V's, and then right in this area, because we're going to get a few molars back here with teeth. So the next thing you're going to do, we're just going to lay down the white right now for the teeth so they can get nice and settled in. And then we're going to do our décolletage area, décolleté. Me and my grandma had this discussion, and I forget what final answer we arrived at, but it's either décolletage or décolleté, this area. We're going to get to that after we lay down the white. So for this, I'm just going to use my finger, and you're going to want it all in here, all the way down, and then right in here. This is really the only part we're going to use white, so don't be scared to just pack it on there, if it'll pack on. So see, it's not even that much difference, but we're just gonna put some down. And I don't really want it to be too white. I just want a little hint of whiter because we're not doing a white face. I definitely wanted to make sure of that because trust me, you don't want to have a full white face if you're going like out anywhere for a party. It's just going to be a mess. It's going to get all over the place. You're going to constantly have to be worrying about it. So if you can just use eyeshadows, you're going to be a lot better off. Don't even trip about it. I'm trying to think this year of functionality, like, or what else could I say there? Practicalities. I don't want these looks to be something that looks really cool but is completely like unfunctional. You can't do anything. You can't open your mouth. You know, you can't, it's off by the middle of the night. Like, we don't want that. We just want something that looks pretty cool but isn't that difficult. And I mean, as you can see, we're just kind of slopping stuff on, and in the end you're going to be like, whoa, that looks pretty alright for how we achieved it. Alright, looks kind of messy right now, which is good. I have some overlay on black and white that I'm not really digging, but blend that out, blend that out. Okay, try to get the same look over on this side. Okay, now we lay in the teeth. So for this, you're going to take your liquid eyeliner again. I'm going to get real close to you guys. And basically, you're going to take, we're going to start drawing our molar line first. So you're going to take this. Again, hopefully your guys's isn't completely dried out like mine. Okay, that works. So you're just going to go basically straight in to the black that we had. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're only going to do a few on that side and then we're going to blend it all out anyway. So then for the front teeth here, this is where you really have to be careful because the eyes are generally going to go right here. So just take a little more time while we're focusing on these teeth. But you're going to take it right from the middle of your nose and draw your first line down. Just like that. Then you're going to kind of go down and a little bit out because no teeth is perfectly symmetrical. So you're kind of going to, actually let's just draw the bottom one right now. You're not going to go all the way down either, just to about there. Then you're going to, I'll show you what I mean by down and a little out. Just like that. And just keep mimicking and mimicking until we're probably going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side for this part. So see how there's 1, 2, oh, maybe only 3. 1, 2, 3 teeth on each side, top and bottom. Okay, so we have our lines down there. Now we're just gonna kind of go like this. Just kind of give yourself we're gonna clean that up a lot, but just kind of connect them better than I'm doing because I can't really see that well. That one's way off, but we're gonna go on this side now. So my eyeliner is completely almost done. So we're gonna have to rely on primarily I'm gonna have to just do this all by freehand, which is fine. With shading. Shading can fix a lot. Obviously the teeth don't look like anything special now, but when we shade, it'll get better. So I have a little brush that I use for doing my eyebrows. Just like, it's pretty fine tip. I don't know if you can really tell, but it's one that a lot of people use for liquid liner up top. A brush like this is going to be perfect for doing teeth detail. So if you have one like this or even smaller, this is what I would use for this portion. So we're just going to be taking, I'll lick it a little bit. We're going to take the black and we're just going to start. You kind of want all the tops filled and then just the section like this much all around the teeth. So I'll show you what I mean by that. I'll do a few and then I'll go off camera and I'll finish the rest. I'm going to use my mirror for this though. So we have our black. I'm going to go here and then I'm going to show you guys up top. I'll just do one. We're going to kind of go down and give it so see how that looks a lot more. You're basically just making little kind of teeth looking things and shading everything else out. So I'm just gonna do hop off camera, do all of that, and I'll show you guys the finished look there. Okay, so when you're done doing those little triangle things I showed you, this is pretty much what you're gonna end up with. And then you're gonna take a bigger brush that we used for shading around the eye, and we're going to shade in around here a little more to give it that depth that I was talking about. So down here, you kind of want to drag. And everyone's face is different, so this is all going to be personal preference. I want mine to be a little bit darker around here, so I'm just going to take away some of the mess up lines. Give this a little depth. Give up top a little bit. Clean it up. Okay. And this is just going to It doesn't have to be well done. In fact, you kind of want it a little bit sloppy. Then you're just going to keep doing that. Probably do 3. In art, everything is better odd. Just a little. Working with that right there. Now we're going to take our collarbones, kind of carve those out. So mine aren't too defined normally, but you're going to want them and connect that. Get in there. Then you're going to take it again. So we're just carving like that. Then you're going to do the other side. Okay, so I tried to fix this area as much as I could, and then I realized, you know, we are going to smoke it up a lot more up here anyway, so it doesn't really have to be too perfect down there. If you want, though, if you're going for more of a clean look, just keep laying it down, laying powder down, and then you can put in some white down here if you want it to match, or just pop your concealer on. I mean, it's too easy to just take a tiny bit in your fingers and you can just put some right where we laid down those boxes, and it'll look a little more, you know, matched up. So those are options if you do end up recreating this look. Now, another thing I thought that would be cool is instead of just keeping it black and white, you can definitely keep it like this. What we can do is, like for me, I showed you guys I have this color palette, and I was thinking, what if we took a color, like for me, I kind of want to use a purpley color like this and smoked it out underneath here and then around our edges. I feel like that would just kind of give it a little something different than a normal run-of-the-mill skull. But first, let's go and finish in our black shading. So I'm going to lift this up a little bit because we want to define these cheekbones a little more up here, or the eyebrow bones. So to do that, we're just going to lay down black and push it up. Just like that. You can kind of curve it down like this. See how that just makes you look a little more mean? So you want to round it off here. I mean, the beanie's going to cover most of this, but it definitely will show some of this. So you're going to pull it back here. And this is just going to be your temple area shading. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing to the other side. You can kind of just brazen this if you want. Make it look like your beanie's casting a shadow a little bit. Okay, so that's what we have so far. And now we're going to take around the jaw right here. We're just going to kind of lay down and follow that line, giving that some more texture, and then just push down. So I just picked up some purple. Yeah, see, I like that. It just gives it something kind of different. Just smoke it all the way underneath. Maybe don't go down as far as I just did, but I definitely think it adds something cool. It kind of makes you look like you're bruised almost a little bit, but I like it. I do like that. So then to just even it out, you could just pop some in down here. Doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. Nothing else in this look is. So boom, you are done. And I mean, you know, you don't have to go buy a costume. You could just throw this on, leave your hair super grungy, just kind of whatever, mess with it, and then you're good. You've got your skull look. And then this is going to be a lot more something than just some bunny ears or being like, I'm a mouse, like from Mean Girls or something. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this tutorial, and I'll have a few more coming out. Hopefully now I've learned all of my things that I can fix for filming, so they'll be a little bit better, better quality as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.